everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite podcast. This is Are You Garbage?
Oh, yeah.
It's that little show we sit down with your favorite comedians, and we find out if they're good to be classy or to just a big old piece of trash.
Trash.
I'm your host, Tate Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day. We're out back here at Tootie's in the new edition. She's upstairs, got a little spaghetti going.
Okay.
Using ramen noodles.
Fair enough.
What are you going to do? All right, fair enough. My co-host is coming at you from right next to me. A little bit of a swing and a miss this week. He is the CEO of Are You Garbage. He is an international businessman and my best pal in the whole wide world. Give it up for KJ. Kevin James Ryan, everybody.
Oh, shit. What's up, gang? Thanks for tuning in. As always, please make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. Then, obviously, the greatest website of all time, www.patreon.com/areyougarbage. You go over there, you get all that bonus content, gang.
Yes, sir. And gang, we could not be more excited to have our incredibly, and I mean incredibly special guest here with us today for the first time. He is a legendary stand-up comedian, actor, and podcaster, and you might have seen him in, but not limited to. You got Law & Order, Third Watch, of course, The Chappelle Show, Spider-Man 2, The Wire, Guy Court, Black Dynamite, Black Jesus, The Last OG, The Cabin with Mr. Burt Kreischer, our good pal, Clerks 3, Def Comedy Jam, Premium Blend, Last Call with Carson Daly, Showtime at the Apollo, The Bad Boys of Comedy, BET's Comic View, I Am Comic, The Kevin Nealon Show, Chelsea Lately, Guy Code, Something's Burning, Lights Out with David Spade, The Degenerates, The Joe Rogan Experience, and The Breakfast Club. And his albums and specials include From Ashy to Classy, Ain't Worried About, and Y'all Need to Chill. And, of course, you can hear him every week on his amazing podcast, The Donnell Rawlings Show, over there on his YouTube page. And he's going to be in Schaumburg, Illinois at the Improv, October 10th through the 12th. But the big question in everybody's mind today, is he garbage? Louis Vuitton glasses and a sharp suit. This is going to be a tough one. Give it up for the one, the only Donnell Rawlings, everybody.
I have to start by saying, you should have just told people I'm 56 years old. You know what I'm saying? Because you go through your credits, you're like, God damn.
I saw
Premium Blend, Comic View.
I saw each
Coming
one
to the
hitting them.
stage. You see him on Def Comedy Jam. Yes, he's 56 years old. Celebrating his 57th if he makes it that far. Those were some of the oldest, but you know what? I did some shit.
You did a lot of shit.
You said Premium Blend. I was like, Premium Blend was like, that was like really, really. And then also,
I left
was
off
like,
Little House on the Prairie.
oh, shit. You know what's so funny? The youngest talking about, I posted a picture of me in the military, and somebody said, we didn't know you was in MASH. Right? Because they had the oldest uniform.
Standing in front of an old Jeep.
But what I will say with that credit, and just as to the young punk-ass comedians out there.
I think he's talking to you, Luke.
Yeah, no, I'm telling y'all motherfuckers. You know what that means? A motherfucker that's been relevant for over 33 years. I don't know if you got some clap music or something right now, but that's a goddamn clap. And yes,
Fix his chord for
and
him.
you were really slick about, you know, people got different ways to call you old now. Like, what's up, Unc? What's up, legend?
OG.
You know what I mean? OG, that's like this. Okay, you see it in the beard. I'm an old motherfucker.
Call you a jive turkey when you walk in.
Oh, jive turkey. That's something my father would say. Hey, listen here, you jive turkey motherfucker. And people wonder why I say bitch in my routine so much. It's my dad.
Ah, it's funny. Buddy, give us
thanks
the
for having
origin
me.
story. Buddy, thank you
this
for
is
coming
awesome.
in.
The crazy thing is people would not know this. I was in the military.
Okay.
4 years. Despite what you want to think, I got an honorable discharge.
I don't know why.
No, people look
I
at me
think
like
highly
this.
of you.
No, people like this. Yeah, they
What were the
kicked you out.
charges?
No, they tried to kick me out, but I was like, you know what? I'll just say sayonara before that. I was in the military. I was a military police officer.
You were an MP?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. My father was so disappointed in me because he was a heroin dealer in D.C., right? And he said,
You're not wearing a wire, are you?
No. He said, this goes against everything I believe in,
Oh,
son.
shit.
Right? A military police officer. I was stationed in Bowling North First Base in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
The first base I went to was Kunsan, Korea. I was in Korea.
Okay.
Used to work the front gate there. So after 4 years of being in the military, when you're in the military, whatever job you had in the military, normally that's what you pursue when you get out.
Right.
So I was waiting to be a D.C. police officer.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
I was that close to did the psychological exam, whatever the scholastic, if you want to say, exam. I think that was just 8 through. Anybody could be a goddamn DC police cop. So in the interim, I was head of security at a grocery store.
Okay.
And I know you want to look at me like I was a rent-a-cop, and I was.
I mean, head of security is a tall.
Wait a minute.
Is a big.
but let me
big
tell you
name.
something,
Detective at a
motherfucker.
shop right.
No, I was a general. and the
Saluting
reason why I was a
everybody?
general because I went and bought stars for my
Oh,
uniform.
shit.
It's awesome.
Right, and then there was a guy that used to work at one of the stores I supervised. He worked for Hostess Cupcake Company, and he was a comic at night. And he would come to the club and
Oh, shit.
come to the store. and give out tickets. You know, it was almost like bringer shows.
Yeah.
So I used to go with a lot of friends, and I went to this comedy club called Comedy Connection in Greenbelt. Almost all black comics in DC started here.
Gotcha.
I went to this club and I started heckling the comedians. I mean, I was so nice with it that people started showing up
to see you,
to hear me heckle. They would go to the doors like, "Is that asshole gonna be here today? He's funny as shit."
Is the sergeant here tonight?
Yeah, no, General, don't disrespect my rank like that.
My bad, dude.
You and this motherfucking producer, the worst people I ran into. He thought I was in the military. Sir, step to your left, step to your right, 3 inches, a quarter of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. I'm gonna stay where I want to stay. So and you know, most hecklers are people that want to do stand up, don't have the balls to be in front of an audience. So they dared me to go in. First week I was like, fuck that, I'd rather be. Listen, I was so cocky as a heckler.
Signing autographs and shit.
No, it was worse than that.
You got merch.
No, worse than that. I tried to get a door deal. Yo, I tried to work. I went to the club.
Let me get a 70-30 split out this motherfucker.
No, I think it was more like 80-20.
Sure,
right?
my bad.
But I told him, I
got
said,
agent fees.
And I looked around, I said, look at this room. I'm like, I think it's time for us to do a deal. I said, I think I've increased your business by 50. And they looked at me like I was fucking nuts.
Sure.
They challenged me to go on stage. It didn't go then. The following week I went on, and the first time I ever touched a stage, I caught a standing ovation.
No shit.
There you go.
And I know it wasn't because I was the greatest comedian. What it was like everybody used to come. They was rooting for me.
It was
to
the
do
story
it.
of the guy in
The
the
story,
crowd
they was
got
like,
up and fucking did
You
it.
know, there's always like, you should do it, you should do it, you should do it. And when went up and I ran the light, I didn't know what the light meant. I didn't know shit. And it was like chaos.
How long did you run it?
I did a hot 7. I ran like 35 seconds, whatever it was. But the thing was, I didn't know the rules to comedy. I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And when they you know, this is the worst thing when a comedian has got the crowd going, right? And this is a psychological shit you play with the audience. You know you need to get the fuck off the stage. Then you be like, they don't be like this. Oh, man. Oh, I got to leave, y'all.
I gotta leave. They're making me leave. It's
Is
not
that
me.
the light?
They
Is that
making
the
me-
light?
Yeah, and then it's like, boo. Everybody was like, boo, boo. And my good friend Mike Washington, and people knew, I don't want to say a star was born, but they knew something special was about to happen.
Sure.
I love
Right?
it.
And they were like, and Mike was like, no, y'all don't understand. See, Donnell, this is his first time. Donnell don't know what the light means, right? But out of all the things I did in my life, I feel like a show. It was in that moment
That I knew.
that I knew I wasn't going to do anything else with my life.
There you
That's
go.
great.
The whole idea of being a DC police officer was out the window. But see, I think not like a white man. I was like, I had a job, right? And I was like, wait a minute, how do I support myself? I want to quit this job. You can't quit, because if you quit, you don't get unemployment, right?
Sure.
So I did everything to get fired from this job, right? Got fired from that job, took that 6 months of unemployment, and moved to New York, and
No
that was
shit.
it. Yeah, that's
Damn.
my story. And never look. I think I keep trying to trim my time, but I think I've been in the game 33 years, and never. You know how some people say, was there ever a hard time you thought about not doing it? 33 years, I never, ever gave myself any other options other than I'm going to make this
No
work.
plan B.
Yeah,
No
you can't
plan
have
B.
a plan B.
I mean, I can have plan B. You know, when you go raw, you gotta have plan B.
Sure.
No, but I didn't have that plan B. You know,
I know
come
you-
on, you know what I'm talking about. Pop goes the
You ever
weasel.
kiss a girl, buddy? Go back a little bit.
Yeah.
With you talking about your dad. Brothers and sisters? And
this is-
where'd you grow up?
I grew up
DC,
between
right?
DC and
Okay.
Alexandria, Virginia.
Okay.
Okay.
I lived in DC until I was like about 11 or 12. Then my dad moved my family to Alexandria, and it wasn't until I got older that I realized the reason why he wanted my mother to leave DC, because all his other girls was in DC.
No shit.
And then as I got even older, I realized the house that he got my mother was a motherfucking stash house.
No shit.
And I didn't realize, I was like, something peculiar about all these black dudes coming, and we at the kitchen just counting hundreds of thousands of dollars. I think my dad is trying to teach me how to count, right? It was a stash house. My dad, that was relationship I had with my dad.
Did he live there with you? Nah.
When he felt like it.
Sure. Okay.
When he was when any the women did.
Gotcha.
He was dating.
And was it just you, or did you have brothers?
It was me. I got 2 younger brothers. See, this is a question when you ask black guys to get real tricky. How many brothers and sisters you have? Well, on my mother's side, right?
on my mother's side.
Yeah. Like, you got to separate the sides. When I hear people say parents, you show off motherfucker. My mom
He had
had 2
3
other
kids.
My
Yeah.
mother had 2 other sons, and my
Older?
dad. Young. Everybody's younger.
Everybody's younger than you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and then my dad, we was counting up into like the last 10 years.
No shit.
Yeah, he had like 10. It was like 9 or 10 of us.
Wow.
Damn.
But what I will say, with that, I will say my dad did a great job of all his kids knowing who we were.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
It wasn't like somebody lived over here, you had a chance to bump into him not knowing
He was
who that
present
person
in
is.
their lives.
He was kind of, sort of.
Okay.
But I think so, and I was like into girls hard, so I guess he had to introduce me to two of my sisters that were the same age.
Sure.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you don't want to get your West Virginia on.
This is Alexandria.
Yep.
When you say, was he moving some serious?
Yeah, he was like, I am proud to say, it's one thing to say your dad was dealing drugs as like a guy on the corner, but he was like a heroin kingpin in
No
D.C.
shit.
Like when he got busted, or when they finally kind of got a hold to him, it was in the front page of the Washington Post. It was Washington Post.
Damn.
It was 11 people indictment. It was a multi-million.
It was like they moved on the crew that was.
Yeah. It was a big deal.
It wasn't just they caught him. Yeah.
No, and when it was like they've been investigating, he's been in and out of prison. But it's interesting because in D.C. they have this music called go-go music, right?
Okay.
It's sort of like, I don't know if you want to say it's like I don't know what the genre is, but it's a lot of congos, a lot of percussions, or whatever. It's really popular in D.C. And when I was coming, there was 3 top go-go bands. It was one called EU, Trouble Funk, and Rare Essence. I know it's weird, but they were the top 3. But they were so competitive that none of them would ever be on the same bill together. It would be like Trouble Funk and EU, or EU and Rare Essence.
They were like headliners.
Yeah,
They're
they
like,
was headliners.
I'm not opening for
not
whoever.
working.
Yeah.
But my dad, it was like a hockey ring called a Washington Coliseum. And my dad was leasing that for like years. And he was the first guy to ever bring all of those super groups together.
shit.
Damn.
He had booked New Edition when they was off of Candy Girl.
No kidding.
That he was big time. And I remember me and my friends, we used to go to the go-go. My mother would never let me hang out that late other than me working the concession for my dad. And I remember one time me and my friend was going to go watch the band, and my father and my mom came up to me. She said, "They looking for your dad," right? And I knew what that meant. I knew that he was on the run. And I don't know if anybody ever experienced something of going through like your mom telling you something, and you say to yourself, "I might not ever see my father again."
Damn.
Jesus.
And the crazy thing was, I was like stunned and shocked. I'm like, God damn, he was on the run. He was on the run. And I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to see my dad again. Nobody was going to tell me anything. And it was Christmas, maybe like 10 months after the incident, I get a knock on the door.
He's on the run the whole time. You
Yeah.
haven't seen him.
I haven't seen. I get a knock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. And I was like, who is it? And he said, it's your father.
Damn.
And I was like, oh, shit. I thought I was never going to see you again. You really love us. But then I forgot it was the stash house. So he was like, hey, go give me that money, bitch. I'll see y'all later, right?
That just toyed with my
And this
emotions.
is everybody
dude.
tell me I should do this as a movie. So he was gone,
Damn.
moved to Jamaica, right?
You did.
Yeah, he moved
No,
to
Oh,
he
Jamaica.
he
did.
moved to
Yeah.
Jamaica.
He moved to Jamaica. The motherfucker was throwing concerts in Jamaica. And he was like,
So that was his on the level fucking way to make money was the promotions and
The
Him
promotion.
diversifying.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he still had the
for
shit
sure.
in
But I'm
those
just saying,
stores.
like this was.
But that was his laundering or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
And this motherfucker had moved to Jamaica and was doing. You can call your motherfucker when he do a lot of time in prison. My father.
Uh-huh.
He was just doing these like big concerts. He brought New Edition to Jamaica, right? He just had a thing. Oh shit, my father wasn't Diddy, and I hope he wasn't Diddy then. But he did. He was doing concerts there, and what happened was the Jamaican government at the time they didn't give a fuck.
No extradition.
He had so much money that he was
Yeah.
paying them like motherfucker was over there, had a mansion.
Yeah, he was chilling.
He had a Rolls Royce and shit.
No
and
shit.
something happened with him, with the government. I think he was sleeping with a big crooked politician's girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
and then they turned him in, and he said, "Man, I never seen so many guns." They came up in that motherfucker with AK-47s
Down there.
Damn.
down in Jamaica. And my father, he was built for prison. He was in and out. He told me one time, he said, "Man, maybe I'm crazy. I had fun in jail." I was like, "How could you say that?" He said, "All my friends was there."
Yeah.
But he said one thing. He said, "Man, I am so glad they got me fucking out of that Jamaican jail system." He was like the worst experience he ever had. Brought him back to DC. Did a bid. did like 11, this is a crazy story, did like 11, 12 years.
Jesus.
Right? Missed almost all of my childhood, graduating
Right.
and everything. And this is a crazy story. So when he finally got out, I remember one time he came to my show and I had just started doing comedy. And I just wanted this proud moment with him, right? I said, Dad, this is my proud moment. Look, I'm like, Dad, what do you think? He said, man, he said, it was okay. He said, but you know what you got to do? And I'm like, motherfucker, what you got to do is stay out of jail. Who we giving these lessons to right now, right? But he would come.
A little pedestrian, if you ask me.
Yeah, for 3 years, he would come to my shows with his boys.
Okay.
Thanksgiving. And then he started saying that I started making a name for myself. He started showing me he was a little proud, but always had something slick to say, well, you know what you need to do? I'm like, man, fuck that. I just wanted you to have a proud moment. So some years passed, and it was a tradition that he brought all his boys to the Thanksgiving show. And then one year, I got a call from my mother again. And she said, they got your father. I'm like, what the fuck are you selling now, bruh? You old as shit. And come to find out, he was still
no shit
dealing heroin. And he's so old that he's using code words from like 80s. Like he's saying shit anybody can figure out. Like, it was snowing in California last week. People like, what the fuck? He's like this. He's like, yeah, how many nuggets you went? You went Burger King, motherfucker. Burger King don't even have nuggets, right? Now this motherfucker, I said, I could not believe.
Dude, getting caught with old-time slang is awesome.
And not only that, The Wire was one of his favorite shows. And this motherfucker got caught talking on The Wire. Right? I was like, Dad, give it up. And it was like, but I'm telling you, he's so gangster. He never bitched, never cried. He's one of the old school dudes, like, I'm not talking about nobody. I did the crime, I do the time. And he even told me, he said, you know what, son? I was talking to him. He said, man, shit. Ain't no sense of me fucking crying now, and I wasn't crying when I was spending that motherfucking money.
That's a good life outlook.
Okay, but something about Blue Chew.
Ooh, I'm hard right now, girl.
Calling all you soft serves out there. You know what I mean? You want to serve a little hard cream?
Start playing hardball, baby.
A little Rocky Road. Do yourself a favor. Get over there to Blue Chew. Sent right to your door when things are about to heat up with you and whoever. Pop one of those in. Talk about a good time.
Wham, bam, thank you, sir. Blue Chew is an online service, as you know, that it delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost, and it's in a chewable form. The process is simple. You sign up over there at BlueChew.com. You consult one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription just in a few days.
There you go.
And best thing, they're made in the U.S. of A.
Look at
I'm
that.
talking homegrown bones, Daddy. That's all right. Cut it, print it.
None of them Euro hard-ons.
You can take it anytime.
Crook to the left.
You can got a lid on them. You can take it anytime, day or night, so you can plan ahead or be ready whenever the opportunity arises.
Sure.
Listen, they sent it, and I got to listen. But you got to personally endorse these things, and I'm telling you, it works. All right, something you can swing from
with a girl or solo.
Hey, I just do dress rehearsals, Daddy-o. Blue Chew wants men rock hard. They told me that. That's the mission. They will not stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house, till every tent is pitched, till every rod is raised. Discover your options at BlueChew.com. And we got a special deal for AYG listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use our promo code GARBAGE at checkout, just paying $5 in shipping. That's BlueChew.com, promo code GARBAGE to receive your first month free. Visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring a podcast.
Boing. Gang, the show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Yes.
You got something going on, you got to talk it through, get on BetterHelp. They can match you up with a licensed therapist. You can do it from the privacy of your own home. You can talk on the phone. You could do video. You could do text messages. They're there available for you. If you don't have a specialist in your area and you need one, get over to BetterHelp. They can help.
Yeah, we're getting to that time of the year where it gets a little dark and gloomy. You get the seasonal blues on top of all the other bullshit you're working through.
Yeah.
You got to deal with...
holidays are around the corner. A lot of stress. Back to school.
Oh, fucking...
The broad's busting your balls. The kids are yapping. The job sucks. We know all about it. Talk to somebody. Get it off your chest. And better yet, as I learned, You're saving the people around you by talking to someone about it, so you're not talking to them about it.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
The big man just started talking to somebody. It's fantastic. It gives you a sounding board. Talk therapy is a fantastic tool. I've used it. He's back on the horse. I've used it multiple times in my life, just different periods, whether you're going through something, just whatever. It just lets you vent a little bit, let the steam out, get a different perspective on things.
Sure.
I highly recommend it. So take off that mask. You're not wearing a holiday mask, a Halloween mask. Take off the mask with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/garbage a day to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/garbage. Do it.
But here's the thing. This is how crazy shit was. So now, older in age, health is not good. You know what I mean? Like, at the time, he's passed away since. But at the time, he probably had 10, 15 years in him.
Left.
Right. And I'm like, he don't have the money to have a high-powered lawyer anymore. So he's ready to cop a plea. Right? I think he was going to cop to like 10 years or whatever, right? And I remember one day, I got another call from him. He said, what's up? Collect call, of course. And he was like, he was like, beep, 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 beep. And he was like, what's up, son? I said, what's up, Dad? How you doing? He said, shit, man, I'm making it. You never know what my father's emotion was. He never let you know if he was sad, mad.
Okay.
He just was that steady tone guy. And he said, yeah, I talked to my lawyer today. He said, what's going on? He said, my lawyer said, Mr. Greer, I got some good news and some bad news. You want the good news or the bad news? And my father said, I'm locked up. They all bad news. Right. He said, the bad news is I'm not going to be able to come see you today. The good news is you're coming home.
No shit.
There was a rogue cop on the case, a crooked FBI agent that was stealing the drugs, using the drugs, and my father fucking walked out.
So they threw out the case.
Not just his case, this was a big time story. It was about 170 people. If you caught a case with a fucked up FBI agent, everybody going home.
Damn.
And the crazy thing about it was, I thought he was going to miss our traditional, this is a fucking movie. I thought he was going to miss our traditional Thanksgiving show, right? And I was like, that was the thing that was hitting me. I was like, damn, man, it's going to be weird not to see my father at this show. And he got freed about 2 weeks before the Thanksgiving show, and he came to the Thanksgiving show. Passed away 4 years ago.
It's a goddamn Hallmark movie.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry to hear that.
I mean, you know what? And that's what I tell people. I think that how my father was with us, and I don't have nothing bad to say about my father. Certain lifestyles just don't give you the opportunity to spend all the time you want with your kids or whatever. As many, Nick Cannon can say he's a good father all he wants, but there's no, you know what I'm saying, with 12 kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, like, he just wants to procreate or whatever, but there's no way that 12 kids are getting that dad. There's no way. There's no way.
Yeah.
But I will say, the relationship I had with him, I have no regrets or anything. I wish I would have had more time, but now when I look at my son, I have a young son, he's 9 years old, and I'm so caught up into raising this kid. Like, I look at my son, I remember when he was 5, I looked at him, I was like, where was my dad at when I was 5? Locked up. Where was my dad when I was 7? Locked up. And I can't even imagine being somewhere other than being in his life and doing the best for him.
Yeah.
Man, that is something else.
Crazy fucking story.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to make that shit a goddamn
That
movie.
is a movie.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Let's go back a little bit. So your mom basically raised you. How was the grades in school? Were you a good student?
I mean, do you know any comics that had good grades? What kind of question is that? If you not, let me tell you, if you got straight A's in school, you're a shitty comedian. I mean, you had to balance that shit. AF. I was an AF motherfucker.
Yeah, me too.
When I got an F, I knew I needed an A. When I got an A, I was like, I could rock on the F. I was average. I mean, school was just fucking a fun place to be for me. You know, now I look at it now, like, what did school teach me to prepare me for this? Nothing other than getting in front of a classroom and cracking jokes or whatever. Not to say that school is important, but for me, it was just a fun place to go.
For sure, I get that. Did you play any sports growing up?
I wrestled for a year.
Okay.
I wrestled 98 weight class. I was so small. I was like about 75. The wrestlers, that's the biggest thing with wrestlers is making weight.
Yeah.
They used to be so mad at me. I used to go to weight with a goddamn jacket on, boots, eating a steak and
He's got
cheese
Tim's
sandwich
on and
like
shit.
steak Tim. That was the outfit. Steak and cheese. These motherfuckers over there taking laxative shit and everything.
sweating
And I'm like
shit.
this, still underweight. But I did that for a while.
Okay.
But I was the manager for the basketball team.
Okay.
I call it manager. They call it water boy. Or whatever.
Sure, I was going to
No,
correct
don't
you, but
disrespect me like that,
Just
motherfucker. Like, yeah, you water boy, motherfucker. No, but I was
Assistant coach.
Yeah, I was assistant coach. I was the stats guy. Guys wouldn't win nowhere if I didn't tell them how many rebounds they had every game. But I was I was that guy, and I was like, I wasn't really good in sports, but I only wanted to be on the team just to crack jokes.
Be around people.
And then my mom didn't have any money then. So if you make the water boy or whatever, you got a free pair of leather sneakers. You know what I'm saying? You got to travel. Like if we win a game, we got to go to Pizza Hut and shit like that. And every place I was connected with, I was only there to fucking make people laugh. That's been the story of my life from high school to the little jobs I had. The only reason I never got fired from jobs, or the reason why they was hesitant, because I was a morale motherfucker.
Yeah, fun to be around.
They're like, this motherfucker ain't shit on the clock, but goddamn, everybody feel good around here.
Yeah.
That was it.
Someone's got to go. Donnell's a good time. Gary stinks.
Yeah,
I'll see
you're
you
out.
later, Gary.
Yep, that was it. That's the story.
That's good. And then you went to run in the military after high school?
Yeah, 17.
Okay.
What? One sec. What did vacations look like growing up?
Growing
military?
up,
No, growing before, like when you were a kid.
Military.
Vacation.
Told
This
you
show
about
is
Korea.
white as hell. Vacations? Vacations? What the fuck is a vacation? When I was growing
What
up,
lacrosse camp
only
did you go to?
vacation you had is like at Lewisburg Penitentiary. You want a vacation? That's a vacation you get.
How
We didn't-
white is this?
But I will remember. I do remember this.
That reminds me. I asked Miss Pat if she opens her eyes underwater, and she said white people sure is nosy.
Yeah, I know. No, you don't do that shit. But I do remember one. I remember this. One vacation.
Where'd your family ski at?
Oh my God.
His dad was running the slaloms.
Yeah, my
That's
dad
what
had
got him caught.
my dad had the whole neighborhood skiing, motherfucker. All right, there you go.
I'm selling my lift tickets.
But we didn't do. When I was
No
younger-
vacations.
But what I do, it's a memorable story, and I kind of recreated it with my son. One year, my dad rented an RV for all
Okay.
of his kids, right? And he didn't go.
You guys were muling.
Nah, he would've money.
We had to go to
We didn't
Cabo.
give a fuck. Give us the money in the car, in the SUV. I mean, the RV. We're gone. So my aunt Alice, R.I.P. rest her soul. We rented this RV. We drove it from D.C. down to Myrtle Beach.
Sure.
Okay.
All my brothers and sisters. And to this day, I remember that trip like it was yesterday. And we had an interesting time because I'm from the D.C. area. So anybody growing up in the D.C. area, you love Maryland blue crabs.
Yeah.
Right.
So we went crabbing on Myrtle Beach, and we was like this. Oh shit, man! We was catching the motherfucking crabs. We had like 3 bushels of crab. We about to have a crab feast. I'm gonna get all the bitches when we get back to DC. You got a bushel of crabs in DC, you can get some pussy.
That's a bushel
End
of
of the
crab.
story. You like
That's
some
about
extra-
$200-300.
Yeah, that's 200-300 bitches. I mean, Queens. So the thing was, we caught these as food in Myrtle Beach, but then we had to drive to my grandma's house in Fayetteville, North Carolina. So that's like a 2.5 hour drive. So they went from we gonna eat these motherfuckers to pets.
Yeah.
We started getting connected with
Playing
them,
with them and shit.
giving them names, Krabby Curl. I mean, and then my sister and them, they had fingernail polish. They was writing the names on the back of them. We racing the fucking crabs in the yard. We get to my grandma's house. We forgot they're supposed to be. We was gonna eat them. And then I remember this, man. We hear our aunt yell from the window. All we saw was this pot with steam coming up. She was like, "Bring them goddamn crabs in here." We was like, "You bitch! You killed Curl the crab!" And just to see all of us like barely over top of the dining room table, and she didn't give a fuck. All we heard was more crabs for me, man. Yep,
Damn.
that was
That's a good vacation, though.
That's
yeah, well,
all
and it was
right.
a memorable, and that's why even like a couple years ago, I couldn't wait to have that experience with my son. And I was in New York, and I rented a RV, and we drove from New York to Yellow Springs, Ohio,
Nice.
to D.C., back to New York. Until this day, he's only 9 years old, but all he says is "Daddy." when we gonna go on an RV trip again?
Yeah, that's awesome. For
But last
year,
year, this motherfucker asked me. He said, "I said, what you want for Christmas?" He said, "An RV." Right? I thought he meant like the little
like a toy
scaled models. He said, "No, Daddy, a RV." But my dumb ass, I'm like this. Okay, you know what? That's not a bad idea, and it's not a bad idea. Again, the fact that I can create these memories with my son, and that's the one thing that I try to leave that impression with my son and other people with their kids and everything. Man, make those motherfucking memories. You know?
Damn.
That's
great.
Did you buy the RV?
No, man, fuck that. I will.
If you own an RV company out there, hit them up. Let them get one for on the cheap.
At some point, I will do it because again, knowing the relationship I have with my dad, it's like everything. I just want to do everything. And then I'm old enough to be my son's granddad, so he's got a combination of dad and granddad. I don't try to teach this motherfucker no life lessons. I'm just like, how do you shut the fuck up?
I'm trying to rest my eyes over here.
Here's some candy. Fuck your teeth. This is the first set. You'll get some new one. But he got the best of both worlds. We be having him later in life and everything. Yeah,
I love it. What was the first concert you went to?
It's probably one of the go-go concerts.
Yeah, it was
Earl Funk or what?
It was you trying to be funny? Now. That's fucked up.
No,
Earl
something funk.
When you said funk, you stuck there looking right in my eyes and shit.
I was trying to remember
one of them motherfuckers.
Was it Frankie Beverly?
I got an interesting story about Frankie Beverly. No, I opened for him.
He did my communion.
You did?
I did.
Holy shit!
And then as a DC
he
comic,
just passed.
I know. Like a couple weeks ago, as a DC comic, that was like one of the biggest gigs you can have.
Philly too,
yeah, you know the history behind it.
Of course, man.
So, I opened for him at the Greek Theater about three or 4 years ago. Wow. But the
3
first
4
concert,
years ago.
Yeah,
oh shit!
And he was on his voice. Just so people understand about Frankie Beverly. People you got haters like, oh, his voice is the same. Nobody at a certain point. You don't go to a Frankie Beverly Mays concert to hear him sing.
Sure.
You go so you can sing.
So you can see,
That's the whole thing. People come before. He don't have to say. He'd be like, before I let you go. Yeah, but it was a New Edition. The New Edition concert was the first concert.
Okay.
I went. I'm telling you, when I say we didn't have money, we didn't do a lot of extra shit. So when my dad was running that was so dope for me because I could go there all the time. But Frankie, and this dope thing, I was going through some old videos. And I took my son to the Frankie Beverly Mays concert like 4 years ago. He went on stage, and I got a video of my son being on my shoulders, listening and grooving to Frankie Beverly.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
One of the questions we ask a lot: who's the most famous person you met as a kid before you started doing comedy? Before you ever just bump into could have been like a newscaster, a guy off the radio.
Bobby Brown.
No, Bob. I didn't meet them. I didn't go backstage.
He was working concession.
It was Sam. What's the he used to play for Virginia. Center. Ralph Sampson.
Ralph Sampson. I don't know Ralph.
Yeah,
Sampson.
Ralph Sampson. I'm old as shit. Ralph Sampson.
A center from the University of Virginia.
I think he went to Virginia.
American.
Terry Holland.
Him, Ralph Sampson.
Yeah, Terry Holland was the coach then.
Oh, okay. I was thinking
remember
football center.
We were doing something down there. I think I was managing the basketball team, and he just happened to be in the gym. And
okay.
I remember that was
NBA. That's pretty good.
That's not bad. I like that.
Yep.
Or the pet situation as a kid. I was in the crowd.
We had a whore dog.
Oh.
Yeah, it was. We had and the dog fucked everybody in the neighborhood, and she didn't have Plan B. This bitch just kept getting pregnant because black people, we don't fix our dogs. We just blame it on you. You shouldn't have been outside, bitch. One time she had a set of Rottweilers, Chihuahuas and shit. Her name was Yvette, and I knew when she was out there whoring because I know we gave her a whole human. It's a whore name.
I know, you're not wrong.
I'm sorry. I mean, sorry if there's an Yvette out there, but I bet you're fucking right. But we knew when she was out there doing her thing, getting rowdy, because she would have paw prints on her back of her legs, and I could tell when somebody was really digging into it because the paw prints would be closer to here. And I mean somebody really hitting her with the bong, bong, bong. Yep, Yvette. That was a pet situation.
Okay. Oh, my God. What was the first big check in comedy? First big check where you were like, oh, shit.
The first big check in comedy, it was because of me being in comedy, but I remember it was for a Sierra Mist campaign.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
This guy named Frank Cooper, black guy, he used to be the vice president of North American marketing for Pepsi. And this is when, I don't know if you remember, but they did a campaign, Sierra Miss campaign, when they used a lot of the cast members from Mad TV. They was trying to flip it on some comedy shit. It'll probably come up.
That was when they first launched.
Oh, wait, somewhere around that time.
Yeah.
So Frank Cooper, come to find out, he was a fan of mine from Chappelle's show. And he hired me as a consultant on that show. But I didn't consult shit because, you know, normally in those campaigns when you got a group of writers.
Sprite, man.
Yeah, I was like, usually when you got a group of writers like that, they're not open to any outside interest.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's just their homeboys. And so they was like, who the fuck is this motherfucker? Where'd he come from? I literally went into one meeting, pitched one idea. They looked at me like, eh. I went back to my trailer, right, and I got $50,000.
Damn.
Oh, shit.
Yep, and I felt so bad about it. And the only reason I was there because Frank Cooper, he wanted part of that Chappelle show energy around, and I had some decent ideas, but I understand what the system was, and I felt guilty about it.
Wow.
And I felt like, man, I owe you some money. And he looked, and some of my friends were like, man, you know, that's a drop in the bucket.
That's not. They don't even know that's
feeling
going.
bad for Pepsi.
Yeah. I know that's.
He's a good guy.
Yep, but that was the first.
And
50 G's.
That's nuts.
That's all right.
Any stupid purchase with a big check that you got early on where you're like, I shouldn't have bought that car. I shouldn't have bought that
not
jacket.
really, because when I would catch a check, I was so behind.
Catch a check. That's a great term.
When I catch a check, I'll be so behind and shit. I owe the landlord for 6-7 months. So that shit be looking like the agents hit you. Uncle Sam, that shit be turning to 15,000 quick as shit.
Catch a check.
But no, nothing crazy.
Okay.
That's all right. Will you be a big clothes guy back in the day?
No, I couldn't afford it. What I was creative. You know, we used to shop. Man, I used to shop at thrift stores.
Really?
Yeah, and I would look for like, man, you know how hard it is for a little poor kid to go through those fucking musty-ass mothballs ass rack and shit. And I finally would get up. Oh, man, I found this Izod shirt one time. I thought it was at Lacoste. I was like, oh, these bitches now going to be ready tomorrow.
Get the crabs ready.
Get the crabs, bitch. Right? But the thing was, I'm like, damn, how do I explain a brand new old shirt?
How do I explain it?
Like, where did you get that shirt that's already worn?
Yeah, they're like, I'm like, I used to tell them, man, I don't leave my clothes over at my grandmother's house. Who the fuck does that, right? But I remember it. The shirt was so old, the alligator twisted up. It twisted up.
I know what you mean.
It twisted up.
Scoliosis.
It twisted up. And I had to starch it and make that shit stick before I could wear it. But I couldn't. And I flipped the collar up. You couldn't tell me shit.
How was your mom in the kitchen? Good cook?
Yeah, she was a good cook. And because she had to be creative. I think that's, like, I love to cook right now. And like, people are like, what's your favorite dish? I don't have a favorite dish. I can follow a recipe, and I get creative. And then when you're growing up with no money, you got to try to get funky in the kitchen. So my mother was like always.
What's something that she would hit with that the kids would all love?
Lasagna. I know it's so simple.
Really?
I know this is weird, but this was my favorite dish, and it was a struggle dish. It was tuna fish casserole.
Wow, I was just thinking about that.
I love some goddamn tuna fish casserole, and even when I make it now, I think it just makes me reminisce
you
about
do it with
my
the
mom.
egg noodles and the peas
Yeah,
and stuff like that?
Oh, man, I was just like, oh, man, with that little crust on the top, man.
Yeah.
Take the little breadcrumbs with the garlic butter. Yes! That was a favorite shit. And even, like, I think when I was coming up in comedy, I didn't really have money to take chicks out on fancy dates. So they thought I was like, oh, I see you chefing it up. Bitch, I ain't got no money. That's why I'm doing that.
So you cook for them?
Yeah, I cook for. Oh, and I used to do all that romantic / broke motherfucker shit. Hey, you want to go for a walk in the park?
I wrote you a poem.
Yeah, like let's have a picnic. Let's go watch the plane. That was one of my things in DC.
Let's go watch the plane.
Oh, watch the plane. Oh, that's romantic. Watch the planes land.
On the hood of the car?
No, not a hook. I ain't had no car, motherfucker. She had a car. Yo, I'm like. I used to lay that goddamn blanket out. It'd be a water fountain. This is so romantic. Yeah. Because I was broke. Why you got all these candles? Because the lights are off, bitch. Let's get romantic. No furniture type of shit. But it was a good day.
Okay, let's talk about Tushy.
Shout out to Tushy.
Let's talk about a clean butthole.
Oh, bunghole.
All love a clean butthole. Gang, what are you doing? What's the 1800s? Are you an old prospector? You're wiping your ass with leaves and old toilet paper. That gets clumped up in there. You got dingleberries floating around. Hook the Tushy up. Fantastic bidet. Cleans you out real nice. Keeps you fresh and clean all day long.
Yeah. It's fantastic. They sent us one. It was something that I've heard about. I was like, yeah, it's one of those things you hear like, oh, that's a great idea. Why aren't I doing that? And then you just don't like act on it. And then they sent us one, and you can't go back. It's night and day. It's good versus evil. It's fucking light versus dark. It's fucking clean versus shitty. How you doing? The Tushy Bidet easily attaches to your existing toilet without the need for additional plumbing or electricity. Installation is simple. Takes less time than it does to take a deuce. Just under 10 minutes. How you doing?
You haven't seen mine.
Toilet paper only smears poop around on your skin, but Tushy Bidet has a nozzle adjuster with the precise clean every single time. Comes with a nozzle adjuster to find out the best angle for the best precise clean of your life. Every Hello Tushy Bidet comes with a 30-day hassle-free return and a 12-month warranty. It's time to ditch the toilet paper and finally feel shower clean with Hello Tushy. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off their first bidet order when you use the code GARBAGE at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com. Promo code GARBAGE. Do it. Yeah.
Gang, got to tell you about True Classics.
The truest classics.
The best T-shirts you're ever going to put on. Plus, they got activewear. They got everything over there. I love the T-shirts. Let me tell you something. You big boys out there, it's real hard to find bigger sizes. They got the 4X over there. When you wash them, they don't shrink up. They get better as you wash them, which is crazy.
They get a little good feel to them.
A real good feel, man. I'm telling you, it accentuates the arms, covers the belly. For you big guys out there, do yourself a favor. Get over to True Classics. Grab a pack of tees. You'll thank me.
Yeah, they're fantastic. I was using them before they were even a sponsor. I heard them on another podcast. I was like, I got to check these out. I'm a big tea guy. Everybody knows that. I order fucking 10 of them at a time with the black packs. They give you the 3, 6, or 9 packs. It's they're not oversized. They're cut the right way to make you look nice. Because when you get a bigger 2X, 3X, 4X, they look like moo-moos. These still keep you. You look like an ex-offensive lineman. It's fantastic. The best-selling T-shirt, hoodie. They have the best-selling T-shirts, hoodies, and jeans. Like I said, they come in 3, 6, and 9 packs. Premium products at an affordable price. The fall must-haves are the long-sleeve Henleys, the waffle hoodies, love a waffle, jeans, button-ups, joggers, and more. So fall's here. It's time to step up your game. Right now, you can unlock big savings when you bundle packs. Just go to our exclusive link at trueclassics.com/garbage to save. That's trueclassics.com/garbage. Shop now and elevate your wardrobe today. Now back to the show.
Back to the show. Oh, that's too funny.
And those, if you think about it in this business, I know a lot of successful people, right?
My head hurts.
And when you talk to them, really like people that really came through the mud, if you want to say, I know some billionaires, not a lot, that when you talk to them, they don't talk about where they are now. They want you to appreciate where they came from.
Sure, of course.
That's the story that they want to tell you. Mm-hmm. It wasn't always this easy, you know. I was on the verge of bankruptcy. My honey over here loaned me $20,000 and whatever. That's the story. If you think about it, real humble, successful people, that's the story to give a fuck about. Because once you get to that point, you feel like, especially if you knew you had a vision, you knew it was going to get there, you knew it was going to come. It was just a matter of time. And you know, in this business, if you have a little bit of talent and a lot of work ethics, you can do it.
Sure.
And I hear so many
You're
stories.
Talking to two guys who did it with no talent.
No, I hear so many stories like, oh, this person isn't that funny or so-and-so. You know, I hear the bullshit that surrounds Kevin Hart. And I have a lot of respect for Kevin Hart. I mean, to get to that point where he is. And I remember Kevin Hart coming from Philly. When I used to produce, like, real ghetto shows, he would come and pop at my show for $100. And then go fuck with Keith Robinson or the seller. And don't fucking, like, get no money, just hang around. I know how he played both of them. And, you know, no matter what you want to say about him, you can't deny that motherfucker's work ethics and his hustle. Yes, he's talented, but without the work ethics, it's shit.
Of course.
We know so many people. You see the comic club, that motherfucker's a legend. He's so and so, and what is he doing? Nothing, because he couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart, the billionaire.
Yeah. Where did you run show? Where was your shows in New York?
I had a show in Brooklyn. This place called. What I would do when I came up here, and the comics that used to produce shows weren't that friendly with me. I had to figure out a way to make money.
Sure.
So I would go to like a small restaurant. Again, I went to this place called Palm Court Lounge, and I saw that they had an open mic there. And I went there like 2 or 3 times, and I was like 5 people, 10 people. And I went to the manager, and I was like, I mean, you don't know me, whatever I say, but I can get people in this place. You know what I'm saying? That was my hustle. Always produce a show, and I had this spot, Palm Court Lounge, and I chose a Monday night. I said I don't want to do Tuesday, Wednesday because everybody got something. I always said, you know, when you hear about Monday, people always say, man, ain't nothing to do on Monday. There's nothing to do on Monday. So I named the night Something to Do on Monday.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
And I made this the hottest, especially for urban comedy. And the thing that I'm proud of this, all the gangbanging killers, they came to my spot.
Yeah.
There you go.
And guess what they did? They didn't kill that day.
Sure.
Yo, Monday was
You're out here
no
saving
kill
lives.
day.
Safest day of the week.
And the reason why, I always had bad chicks in my spots, right? Motherfuckers come. You get the bad chicks to come. I remember one time, this guy, he's
Keeping the streets safe.
This guy, I
You
know.
should be the mayor, dude.
Look, I'm dressed
you're
like
dressed
him
like
today, and it might be a job opening coming up soon, too. So I thought about that. I'm the ashy Eric. But I
That is an Eric
That
Adams
is a
suit,
very,
dude. That's funny.
that's a very Eric.
But it
Adams
was
suit.
and I mean, I'm telling you, this spot, it was some of the most notorious Brooklyn gangsters ever. So much that none of them are alive right now.
No shit.
I remember one night, this guy, it was this guy named Nut, and Nut was just, well, he earned his name.
Sure.
And he was over in the corner talking shit. I didn't know who Nut was, but I always used to, because my rooms would get rowdy, and I always I had to control the audience. I'm like, yo, listen up, y'all shut up and everything. And he was over there talking to more killers. I didn't know anybody was killers. You know, I mean, they don't have a name tag. Hi, I'm a killer. Hello.
Now, where do you guys go to school?
Yeah, like, bop, bop, bop.
Where do you guys go on vacation, huh?
So, and I was like, yo, chill out. And everybody was like, when I was talking to people, looked at me like, and I was like, yo, fuck that. I went over and I said, yo, y'all disrespecting the show, man. Y'all need to be quiet or y'all got to leave. And he looked at me like, right? And I didn't know that look. I was like, y'all heard me. I walked away. And then another good friend of mine that knew me and knew Nut. Nut was outside waiting for me, right?
No shit.
And I was like, right? And my other guy, he was like, yo, D. He said, yo, chill, D. I was like, fuck you talking about? You need to be quiet when I'm on stage. He said, chill. He said, yo, you my man, but that's my man. Translation, we kill people together.
Yeah.
And only the craziest thing, some jokes literally almost cost me my life.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's
I had
old
some
school
di-
shit.
But it was like, I know it sounds weird, like, did you quit? Nah, man. I was waiting for some violence to pop off because in the black clubs, if something pop off the week before, next week, that shit popping. We going back. Yo, you got to get there early, man. But it was always, I was like, that was the
As
first.
a marketer.
They were always, that's what I got my stripes in New York. Was Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And I got knighted. I remember one time I was doing a show, and this guy, I was on the stage, and this guy in the audience was heckling me. He was like, yo, BX, baby, BX. I'm like, okay, BX, but we're in Brooklyn now, BK all day, because you got to say that, BK all day. He was like, BX, baby. He's like, fuck you. And then I was like,
The
fuck
Bronx
you.
is a different kind of heckler, too.
Yeah,
when you get
forget
them.
about
But you
It's
can't have,
bad.
you don't give a fuck. You can't come to Brooklyn.
Sure. No, of
and
course.
heckle, right? And this is where I got this is when Brooklyn fell in love with me. Like, he was talking shit to me or whatever, right? And he tried to rush the stage. I was on the stage, right? He tried to rush the stage. I had the mic in my hand, right? And I just started welling on this motherfucker. You know how nice it is to hear the combination with a mic in your hand where you can hear the sound effects? And it was
Everybody
like,
going nuts.
it was like, bloop, blop, 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 blop. Right? And the sweet thing was, after that, I went back on stage and finished my show. And another notorious killer, sometime later, was like, you know when we loved you, son? He said, when you fucked that motherfucker up and went back on stage, we was like this, he's one of us.
Damn. That's
And
awesome.
I still got love for Brooklyn.
Mocha's wasn't going on when you were coming up, right?
No, I was before Mocha's.
Okay.
Like, there was
Smokey and all them?
Smoking them. There
Yeah.
was no other, like, I would say, compared to a hot room. Rob Stapleton,
Sure.
He used to do Sugar Hill in the Bronx.
Rob Stapleton was the first guy I ever saw murder. We both started at the Laugh House in Philly, and it was John Laster, our buddy Chris Cotton, and Rob Stapleton closing. And our buddy Chris Cotton murdered as a host. Laster destroyed, and I'm like, I don't know who this guy is coming up, but there's no way he's going to.
But you know, John Laster was a guy that when he first moved here, I was one of the only guys who give him a spot at the spot I was telling you about, Palm Court Lounge.
He's one of the best.
Yeah. And I respected. I have so much respect for Rob Stapleton because when comics was like, I don't know if it was jealous or just didn't fuck with me or whatever, I will always say, that's why I always do whatever he do. He always put money in my pocket.
Yeah.
And that means a lot when you got a motherfucker you know will come to your shit.
Yeah.
And even if I would come, like, man, I was broke where I would do a spot, I get $100 or $150, and then then the next week, I'm like, I will still come to your spot. They'd be like, you was just here last week. I was like, I got new jokes, motherfucker, just to get a $20, $30 spot. But Rob has always had a dope room. But anybody tell you that era, like early 2000, late 90s.
Killers.
It was like I had a popping room. The crazy thing was, I wasn't from here. So it was like, who is this country motherfucker that come up here and just have these rules? I had the rooms popping. It was dope.
That's
and
awesome.
I was like, I don't have to call you for bookings. I mean, I remember I was doing one spot in Brooklyn. It was called Poke Knockers. We were doing $3,000 at the door.
Damn.
And $7,000 to $10,000 on food and beverages.
It's crazy.
That's good for a comedy club.
Man, you couldn't tell me shit. I was clean because, back then, you rooming with somebody, so you splitting rent 3 ways.
Sure.
I would clear all my bills in one week and just trick on the bitches after that.
Yeah.
No more watching the planes.
Nah, not at all. Nah, but just look out the window, look at the Brooklyn clock.
Yeah, I was new to comedy, and I'd never seen anybody kill a room like that. All 3 of them, and Rob Stapleton. It was unreal to see that at the Laugh House.
But that was,
crazy.
and then when we were coming up, that was the only anything other than just because we just was like, you got to rip, especially in those rooms. You just had to rip. It wasn't how was it? If you was okay, that mean you got booed.
Yeah. Which happened a couple of times.
We got to watch Two Ray Gordon and just watch him.
T Ray's another. We all from the same era.
Yeah.
Same cloth. Yeah.
Man, that's
Love
wild. I love it. Let's talk about now a little bit.
Yeah. A little bit of cash.
A little bit
doing
of
all
cash.
right. You're doing okay. How many suits do you own? You came in wearing a suit. First guy to ever wear a proper suit.
I own more suits than the average black guy.
Which is what?
Because they usually have, you know what it means. That suit, don't act like you don't know.
No, man.
You know what that means.
We don't see color.
No.
You got your vacation
You
suit.
know what that means. He was like this, what does that mean? So you have a suit outside of church and funerals? No, marriage. We got one suit and we changed the shirt.
Funerals.
But it was a couple years ago.
But you wear the hell out of a suit. You look great.
And I always had reservations about it. And I was always on stage. I'm normally like most comics. Their look is normally like, we get fly with the sneakers, jeans, or a graphic T-shirt. That was my thing because I said I'll feel comfortable dressed like that.
Sure.
But I had to do something one time. I didn't have time to change. It was a suit. I don't know if it was a funeral or something. And this girl was like, "You should wear the suit." My friend, she was like, "Wear the suit." And I wore a suit. It was in Atlanta. I wore a suit on stage, and I thought I was going to be stiff, but I'm telling you, just the appreciation.
Yeah,
the
felt good.
was
Boost
good.
the confidence.
Yeah.
I still mix it up, but it is something to be said. It's a whole different conversation. You know what I mean? You don't have to prove it. And there's times I go up there, I'll go on stage with a hoodie, T-shirt, whatever I feel. But, especially with me getting older, I was like, you know what? You're getting older, and you want to show your grown man side and mix it up.
Maturity.
Yeah.
So what are we talking? 7 suits?
No, I probably got about 25.
25 suits.
Yeah.
Any real heavy hitters? Like any designer?
I don't really go that.
Nah,
I
just standard.
The
classic.
crazy thing was I got introduced to the suit game from a good friend of mine from Brooklyn. He was like, "You ever had a custom made suit?" I was still off the rack. I was like, "No, I got measured, and it was these Korean tailors in Brooklyn, right? La Kente, whatever. I can never pronounce the name right, but they suited me up, and crazy thing was they gave me. This I got in the game. They gave me 5 suits for free.
No shit.
And paid me. And I didn't give a fuck about the suits. I wanted the money. I was like, shit, I'll take that little bit of change. Right? And then just the way people responded to it, I just fell in love with it. But it's nothing like I'm telling you, I'm not spending no $5,000 and $10,000
Yeah,
on
they
no
look
suit.
great
Okay.
though.
Yeah,
Great.
but then it's just what's like how you accessorize and how you wear it. You know?
Were you a Stacey Adams guy back in the day?
That's racist. No, I'm just saying. It's like, just say, was your father a pimp also? Nah, Stacey Adams. You were Stacey Adams. You like, I told the bitch to come over here before you just.
He used to have a pair.
I used to always want to be able to pull off the Stacey Adams, the weave shoes. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but I never was. Back then, I didn't get man. I know the look you're talking about. You got to get the shoes, the socks to match, and everything. No, I was just strictly a sneaker Tim guy back then.
Okay. Yeah. And what kind of car are you whipping around in now?
I have a Mercedes EO6 580 electric something in a Bronco in Ohio.
And a Bronco.
The new Bronco or an old Bronco?
The Bronco. No, not the OJ. You just look like you got OJ Simpson in your eyes.
What the hell? I didn't even think of that.
Like this picture you're painting.
No, I'm just fucking with you. No, it's because I stay between Yellow Springs and Ohio, and that fucking Bronco is like my favorite car.
Yeah, they're cool. They're real cool.
And I got this is a great story. A 1985 Eldorado.
Ooh.
And the story behind that, I told you my dad was a hustler.
Uh-huh.
And when like all of his kids, when we got of age to drive, he bought all of his kids cars, right? And I remember it was time for me to get a car, and I'm all excited about this shit. And I heard him. I picked up the phone. He's talking to my mother. He was like, "Yeah, I got this Eldorado over here. I'm not really driving it. I'd like to give it to Donnell for his birthday." And my mother said, "That don't make no sense. We live in this neighborhood, whatever, and it just me, fucking 75-pound dude, wearing thrift store clothes, driving a fucking Eldorado.
Yeah,
How many times am I going to get pulled over?" Right? And my mother fucking was like, "No." And that was the first time I didn't call her, but I felt bitch in my head.
Sure.
I was like, I can't believe this bitch would stop me from getting these bitches. I'm like, do you know how much pussy I'm gonna get? I'm about to be a young dad. If I would have had the Eldorado,
Sure.
I would have had a 35-year-old kid right now. Right? But the crazy thing was, she nipped it in the butt. I got a Dodge Omni.
Dodge Omni.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me
But
see.
the thing about it, here's the story about me getting rid of that Cadillac. That was like my dream car.
Oh, that's way different than an Eldorado, dude.
Yikes.
Yeah, I know. So I'm like this. I know, but I was still driving. I had a hatchback and a radio. I still had bitches, but I would have had bitches. But the thing,
and a radio.
And going back to the story, so that was the car that got away. And I'm not really a car guy, but I always said, you know what?
Sentimental.
I want to buy a car. And I was in maybe like 10 years ago. I was in Virginia. Somewhere in Virginia, I'm driving down the street, and the car that my dad wanted to get me, it was on somebody's driveway for sale.
Oh shit!
The exact same car, and I said, I don't give a fuck if this car got an engine or whatever. I'm getting it just because getting that birthday gift to myself.
Sure.
Some years later, I never drive it. Like, I'm not a big car guy, but that car just means a lot to me because I'm like, it's what if question.
That's a good story. I love that.
Yeah.
Are you peeing in the shower?
I don't know how to answer that question with all these allegations going on.
Do you pee when you take a shower?
Yeah. Where else are you going to pee?
Yeah.
That's the best pee ever, man.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Freedom.
I feel like that's a trick question.
No.
That's
Yeah, Diddy used to pee in the shower. You see what it got him?
That's a standard are you garbage question.
Yeah. I pee in the shower.
Will you brush your teeth in there?
Yep.
You leave the toothbrush in?
Yep, I have it on a rack.
Okay.
I might even rub one off in the shower. I mean, that's garbage. That's a real man shit.
This guy's a one-stop shop, dude.
There's a lot of things happening in that shower.
Will you put chips on a sandwich if you're making a sandwich?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Without question, man. Ham and cheese, turkey ham and cheese. But it's got to be certain chips. Only ones. You
Hit
only
me.
can do Lay's
Yes.
or Ruffles, sour cream and onion.
You'll do
with
sour cream and onion
I'll
on a sandwich?
Really?
Yeah, but no like barbecue or no shit like that.
Yeah,
It's got to be
yeah.
a plain joint. Yeah.
That's new money.
You got to have a sandwich.
What's your mayo? Hellman's or Miracle Whip?
Hellman's.
Gentlemen. All right. And where are you shopping in Ohio? Where do you go to the grocery store? And are you doing it?
I go to Kroger's.
Go to Kroger's.
Okay.
All right.
Kroger's. Or there's a really small, because I like to support locally.
Like the small market.
Yeah, called Tom's.
Really?
And I go in there because it's all old people in there, and I feel young as shit when I go in there. They think I'm Idris Elba in Yellow Spray. So
I was going to say, can you imagine walking around a Kroger in Ohio and you see Donnell Rawlings walking
but
around?
I like it. I'm telling you, I like that little country life.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you ever washed shoes in the washing machine or
Hell
dishwasher? Yeah.
I just did it a while ago. I got
Oh,
a pair.
shit.
What?
Yeah, I throw them in there. But certain shoes, not no Nikes or shit. Like I got a couple pair of shoes that's like just washable.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it?
I was supposed to say no. I take the toothbrush and
No.
wash it.
I mean, that's a trashy. I mean, washing them in the dishwasher or washing machine is trashy.
Is it hamburger meat or ground beef?
Hamburger meat.
Oh.
What else goes with hamburger helper, motherfucker? You don't hear them say ground beef helper. It's hamburger. Hamburger.
Man, he's,
Shout out to hamburger.
he's losing ground
Yeah, quick.
Oh, my
I
God.
love it.
Have you ever owned a butterfly knife or a switchblade?
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yep. I had one. I even had a switchblade comb. I wanted
That's
one so
the
bad.
trashiest answer. Yeah.
I like it.
Huh.
Let's see.
I mean, I got a couple more, and we got to get them out of here.
Yeah.
Have you ever owned your own bowling ball or pool cue?
I have on my own pool cue.
Wow.
Yes.
Balabushka?
I don't know what the name of it was. I bought it from the thrift store. I was really into it. And I had my own. I got a quick story. My dad, because he used to get stuff from the barbershop, he had a Gibson lead guitar, right?
Whoa.
He gave it to me. I didn't know shit about it, but I just knew. I was like, meow. And my dumbass left the fucking guitar on the front porch of a seedy neighborhood. The next morning it was gone. I could have been sitting up here as Jimi Hendrix.
That the Eldorado.
With the Eldorado.
The what ifs, baby. I love it.
Oh, my God. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Donnell Rawlings. What do you think, Kip? Mostly classy?
Mostly, I don't even.
Those last couple of minutes.
He dropped it in the last couple of minutes, though. Yeah.
So I'm trash? I'm
Yeah,
garbage?
you're trash. You're trash.
Well, can I get a better way for it? Can I be garbage?
Garbage.
Yeah, I'm garbage.
Donnell Rawlings, everybody. He's going to be in the Sherberg Improv in Illinois, October 10th through the 12th. Check out all his other dates at his website.
And the podcast, DonnellRawlings.com.
Of
But I
course.
just started this podcast, and I tell people it's not a traditional podcast. It's a reality show about a car podcast. So
Okay.
go hit the sub, the Donnell Rawlings Show.
On
and we got
YouTube.
some interesting stuff coming on. Yeah, on YouTube.
Buddy,
Awesome.
an absolute legend,
Yeah.
one of the funniest. This was amazing. We love
great.
you, and thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks,
Kippy,
man.
what do you got
And
for
fuck your producer. No.
Patreon.com, guys. All the
He had the
bonus
Stacey Adams question, by the way.
Move over 3 inches, motherfucker.
What do you got, Kip?
That's it. Just check out Patreon.com. We're off the road for a bit. New dates are coming out soon. Stay tuned.
Gang, we love you. Donnell, we love you. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
man.
And
Oh,
gang,
thanks
we'll
for
see
having
you
me.
next week.
Peace.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite new podcast. This is Are You Garbage, the show where we sit down with your favorite comedians and find out if they grew up classy or if they grew up trash. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day here in Astoria, Queens. My co-host, hot tail out of town, the first sign of trouble when the Rona came to town. He's at an undisclosed location somewhere in southern New Jersey, his mom's house. Give it up for Kippy, Kevin, James, Orion.
My mom's vacation house. It pays to have a little bit of cash. You know what I mean? Woo! New money, baby, down here in South Jersey, living it up, playing it right. You know, funnel cake all day, riding the Ferris wheel, hit the swings maybe, log flume, whatever you need. I'm your guy. Thanks for listening, everybody. Please take a quick second to subscribe to the YouTube channel on iTunes. You can rate, review. We appreciate all the comments, everything like that. And please tell a motherfucking friend. How about that?
Very nice. Thank you, Kippy. Our very, very special guest today. We're so excited to have him. Kind of been a mentor to us going all the way back to the West Village days here in New York City. He is an accomplished and very funny stand-up comedian. You've seen him on Wild and Out, Joking Off, Difficult People, The Leftovers, Star Talk, Vidiots, Clickbait, Guy Code versus Girl Code. All right. And he is the co-host of the amazing podcast, Flagrant 2. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Mr. Akash Singh.
That is the most thorough list of credits I've ever gotten, to the point that it makes me seem way more successful than I am.
I heard a couple of those. I'm like, I don't even know. I'm like, Foley might be fucking juicing this list a bit.
Buddy, 3 lines on Difficult People. I don't even remember some of the other. Star-Crossed, the Neil deGrasse Tyson show. I mean, it's crazy.
Clickbait, you were a narrator for 20 episodes. That must have brought in a couple of fuzzles. You know what I mean?
Oh, that was great.
I saw that. I was sliding off my seat. I was like, gosh, got a
2017,
little
I was
cash.
making money. I was on like 5, 6 6 TV shows. 2018, one by one, they all just got canceled, and I just got more and more desperate. It's one of the most like sad like falls from grace I've ever seen, and it was mine.
Yeah, well, it's always sad when you're in it, regardless of how bad it is.
It was awful. One by one, I was like, every show I'd be like, yeah, well, I still got all these shows, and then that one would be gone. I'd be like, I still got 4. That was good. Then by some point, I was just there with nothing over the course of 9 months.
But look at you now, buddy.
Now we all got nothing, baby. To a degree.
No, Akash is. I see him. They're breaking the social distancing rules. Him and fucking you guys are still recording episodes in the.
Yeah, man, we're essential personnel. We're media.
Yeah, right. Fuck out of here.
Oh, over at Schultz Studios. Yeah, what are you talking about? You guys will be bigger than MTV in 6 months. You'll be buying MTV in 6 months.
Thank you, man. It's probably cheap right now. Nobody's watching Viacom.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Now, you definitely get your hands on Comedy Central, I think. They ain't doing too hot.
Oh, man. I'll just sell a special to them and pretend I did it on my own.
Yeah, they're perfect.
New executive at Comedy Central, Mr. Case Rosso. Hello, gentlemen. He brings all the squad in. Everybody's running shit.
Buddy!
Buddy, show's canceled. I'm sorry.
Hey, so I was thinking about doing this show. Buddy, go nuts!
Oh, that's good.
Good stuff. Akash, we're so happy to have you here on the podcast.
Buddy.
Want to find out a little bit about you grew up. I know you're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah,
which
Dallas, Texas.
Technically, the show would be over there because you're fucking garbage. All right. And we can say that as Eagles fans. Okay.
Sure.
If anybody can judge other fans, it's Eagles fans for sure. You guys are pure class.
Yeah. If you think I've never been to a wedding in Philadelphia and people started chanting "fuck the Cowboys," I mean, yeah, for sure that happens multiple times.
Remember how there was one scene in Silver Linings Playbook where a Philadelphia fan who was brown got beat up for being brown by other Philadelphia fans, and everybody's like, honestly, give these guys an Oscar. I don't know how things get more realistic.
Yeah, dude, that's some real shit. That is real fucking Philly 100%.
Shit. My future wife is from Philly. Her dad is an Eagles fan, but he's sick. He wears the turban. So I want to take him to a game, but like I definitely won't cheer for the Cowboys if it's a Cowboy game. I'll be quiet as fuck. But even then, I'm worried about these animals.
Mm-hmm.
No, you should be all right. If you put it, he can wear the hat, but he also has to wear a jersey. If he wears a Wentz jersey, all is forgiven.
Done. I'll get him a jersey.
The most racist thing I thought in that scene was the people that were defending the brown people when right as the fight was starting in Silver Linings Playbook. The one guy yelled, "Hey man, leave the Indians alone!" And the way he said that was almost more racist than the guys wanting to beat him up.
But that's as sweet as Philly can be.
Yeah, that's an ally in Philly. That dude should run for fucking mayor of Philly.
All right, but for the record, also, I'm only a Cowboy fan because I'm from Dallas. I get why other people hate Cowboys fans that aren't from. Like, I get it. If I was from anywhere else, I would hate the Cowboys.
The thing that I think is garbage is when, and I understand it, but when people are fans of, and it's all silly, but when people are fans of teams where they didn't grow up.
Yeah, it's wild.
Always throws.
It's untrustworthy. I can't trust you as a fucking person.
I mean,
it's like you like the team of your town or nothing. That's all you get.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you meet a guy from Jersey. He's like, "Oh, I'm really at the San Diego Chargers." Like, get the fuck out of here! You fucking garbage.
Yeah. Especially when they've never been good. Like, what the?
Yeah. And they always have like some bullshit story. It's like, well, my dad went on a business trip to San Diego one time, and he really liked the pizza. It's like, shut the fuck up. You're a bad judge of character.
That's like Chris Cotton was the biggest 49ers fan. We used to make fun of them because they were terrible the last 10 years.
I remember Cotton was a 49ers fan.
Cotton was a fucking 49ers fan.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, why the fuck do your black kid from South Philly, the fuck do you care about the 49ers for?
Before Kaepernick. It wasn't like a Kaepernick thing.
It was years before that.
And he was too young to remember Montana. And then I could kind of give it to you. But either way, garbage, doesn't matter. So you grew up in Dallas. Are your parents... Did your parents come here, or
my mom moved
were they born here?
68, I think. She was 14. That's her listed age. She actually doesn't know her real birthday at all.
That's wild.
But she was 14. She was somewhere between 14 and 18, and she came here. And then when my dad and her got an arranged marriage, he came over, and he was 24. So 77, I think he came over.
Damn. And they went straight to Dallas?
Straight to Dallas. And I don't understand. I think my grandfather lived here for like 10 years before he brought my mom over. And then at that point, he had settled in Dallas. It was cheap. He had a job, so he brought them over. And then when my mom and dad got married, you're not going anywhere else.
Yeah, for sure. And then did you grow up in like a house? Was it like a suburban house? Or did you grow up in
Baby.
Dallas?
Suburbs, white kids, all of that.
Yeah, single home.
Was
Did you
there
have
an
a garage?
Yeah.
The next question.
We're in the middle of serious questions here. This is a fascinating story. I know exactly where you're about to go with this, Kevin. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's get into it. What the fuck we pussyfooting around this?
We just heard immigrated to America, arranged marriage, and here's the first question. Go ahead.
Do you have a garage? Did you have a garage fridge growing up?
No.
No garage fridge.
Garbage.
You need a garage fridge.
It's garbage to not have a garage.
No, to not have
one. Yeah. In that refrigerator should be like sodas, ice pops, things like
beer.
That. Kind of summer-oriented items.
What the fuck are you talking about? Who's hanging out in the garage?
You don't hang out in the garage. That's where you store the excess supplies.
Why don't you just keep them in the regular garage? Your poor ass refrigerator you got in the kitchen.
Because it is kind of trashy. You never buy two fridges. It's always like an uncle's or like you find it on the curb.
Kind of trashy that we had to do, but I know you guys had to do it too. You guys are filling up ice trays every 2 days, and don't fucking act like you had.
Oh yeah.
No, I had an ice maker, dog.
Oh, you piece of shit.
I had an ice maker and the water spout. Yeah, we were new money in the early '80s, late '80s, early '90s. There was a little bit of cage.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Akash, filling up ice trays is classy. The trashy thing is if you've ever had a bag of ice in your freezer when it wasn't a party, then you know you were fucking garbage.
Or you just had alcoholic parents.
Yeah.
Just in there with like a dirty screwdriver, fucking hacking at it.
I want to go back to this. So your grandfather came here first on your dad's side.
Yeah.
And then your dad was here.
No, grandfather on my mom's side.
Grandfather on your mom's side.
Because he was like trying to get the money up or whatever story he told us. And then when my mom got married, she was visiting, and this is crazy actually. She was visiting India for like a finite amount of time, and they wanted to get her an arranged marriage to my dad, but they had to decide in like 2 days. My dad didn't even he didn't even know he was getting married until the day of the wedding. Everything had to move so fast that it was like, yo, she's going back to America tomorrow or whatever, so we got to get married today. So my dad is at another family member's wedding in another part of the state, and then he's like getting fitted for wedding clothes on the way there.
In India or in America?
In India. And then that's your life. So she's in India right now. You guys are going to get married. You're both going to go to America. That's how it's going to work. Your life in India, as you know it, is over. It's done.
But it worked out. They fell in love and they like each other and they're still together and all that?
They're still together. They like each other well enough.
Yeah. That's fucking nuts.
That's hardcore. Was there a big Indian community in Dallas when you were growing up there?
There is now. When I was there, they had like a group of friends that I grew up with that were all Indian.
Uh-huh.
My dad told me back in the day when you would see another Indian, wherever you were, you would like stop what you were doing and go talk to that person and try to make friends.
Like, hey, over here, let's get coffee.
Yeah, straight up, like, oh my God, where are you from? Oh my God, like imagine being American and then moving to fucking, I don't even know, Antarctica essentially, because that's what it was like in the 70s, 80s. But like, well, if you saw an American speaking English, you'd be like, holy shit, what's going on? Who are you? Let's be friends. So they made a circle of friends that's still from their friends to this day, and then all the kids became friends.
Ah, there you go.
Childhood friends like that, and then that's the community I grew up in.
So your mom wasn't born, your dad wasn't born here either, right?
Correct.
So how Americanized was the house growing up when you were a kid?
The house is Indian. My mom was kind of American because she lived here when she was 14. She went to high school here. My dad was straight like Indian. They mostly spoke Hindi in the house. Now that they've been in America so long, they're speaking a lot of English because they've been here 40, 50 years, whatever.
Used to it, yeah.
Like, yeah, I grew up in an Indian house. It was always a weird thing in an Indian house, and then you're outside, and everybody's like, what the fuck is Indian? And then you go back to a house that's just like, I don't understand America. So,
all right, this is going to be interesting. I want to find out. Here we go. Let's do a little fucking Are You Garbage.
It could be Are You Garbage, or were you just raised with immigrant parents? I'm not sure. We might have to add an asterisk to the name of it.
I'm saying Akash's mom ran a tight, clean household, and there was no garbage in it.
Oh, she's incredibly clean. Incredibly clean.
Yeah.
Like insanely clean.
I want to go over some basics though. Was mayonnaise allowed in the house? Did you have mayonnaise?
Yes. Mayonnaise was allowed in the house. Not often. Like we didn't eat it a lot, but it was there.
It was there just in case.
There somehow.
All right. So, are you garbage? This is a question. Was it Hellman's mayonnaise?
Hellman's
a
mayonnaise,
Miracle Whip.
dog. You know, bitches. Hellman's mayonnaise. That's fucking.
Okay.
Bringing that pussy generic shit to fucking the Singh household. What are you nuts, Foley?
All right, see? Hey, I was rooting for Hellman's. I got to ask the questions. We got to be
There's only
thorough.
one way to make mayonnaise gayer, and that's Miracle Whip.
Yeah. That's the blow on it.
Yeah, come on, grow up.
All right, growing up, were you guys a Domino's or a Pizza Hut family?
Ooh, we were both. I was Domino's. My dad was Domino's. We went Pizza Hut, and then we transitioned to Domino's, and I always fought hard for Domino's. And then I remember they came out with commercials a year later that were like, "We know our pizza sucks."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You remember like an asshole.
Yeah. I'd say, come on, dude. I was in your I was riding with you, and then you pulled that fucking shit. Yeah.
Would you go to Pizza Hut?
We would go to Pizza Hut. We used to sit in the pizzeria when I was a kid.
Yeah. Well, that's why I always thought Domino's was like new, flashy. I thought it was like for like, I don't know. I thought Pizza Hut was more like classic and elegant. Not that it was elegant, but like you could go sit down, get a big Sprite and that red fucking cup with the crushed ice.
Stained glass, like it was church.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You walked in there. It was fucking nice, dude.
It was garbage, but it was awesome. Going to Pizza Hut with that wood and, the red cups, the crushed ice. It was the fucking buffet sticking out. That was like an actual fucking restaurant for a little while.
Y'all didn't have CC's. Did y'all have CC's?
Nah.
You're trash.
That's trash, yo. And we used
to
a
buffet. Dude, the pizza's already shitty enough, and now it's a buffet.
A dessert pizza? You got a dessert pizza on the menu? You're fucking trash.
Bavarian cream pizza?
Oh,
I'll fuck a Bavarian cream pizza right now, dog.
Bavarian cream pizza?
It's just a pizza crust with Bavarian cream on top. They got cinnamon roll pizza.
Oh, that's fucking garbage. That is the trashiest shit I've ever heard in my life, dude.
Yo, I defy you. It used to be $1.69 with a drink, all you can eat. And they raised it to $2.99 without a drink, and I was like, "Are y'all crazy? Is this highway robbery going on right now?"
Jesus Christ! The buffet was $2.69.
$1.69 for kids. I was a kid, so this is also like 20.
Yo, they were for sure cutting some fucking safety corners.
No kidding. Forks and knives in the pizza.
So worth it.
Dude, I thought Domino's was bad. Domino's is like a crack house because you can't sit in there. You just gotta go cop and fucking go home and get high at your house.
Yeah, there was never anywhere to sit.
15 to 25% of the restaurants in Texas are all you can eat buffets.
Oh,
really?
God.
Just Golden Corral, Golden Corral, CC's, Pizza Inn. There was another one that had a buffet. Pizza Hut had a buffet if you went to a small enough town.
Yeah, Pizza Hut buffet was all right though.
Pizza Hut
buffet there was a Mexican buffet. It's just there's buffets everywhere.
I always talk about the buffet at Wendy's. I don't know if you guys are too young to remember that. Do you remember the buffet at Wendy's?
Nah, Wendy's is too dirty inside. It's too greasy.
This buffet was. They had spaghetti. They used to make garlic bread out of the old buns, and they had a killer salad bar. I'm telling you, they had like a Mexican station, an Italian station.
Salad, Foley, stop it.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
He would just take all the croutons from the salad bar. That's the only reason he was going. He's going, you got any more carbs at this salad bar? You fucking
Listen, I like salad, but I'm talking about a fucking 80s fast food buffet salad bar. So it was covered in ranch dressing. There was shredded cheddar cheese all over it and a slap of chocolate pudding in the fucking corner.
Fair enough.
Yeah, come on. Now, being a Dallas kid, Are you, what are you, Dr. Pepper or Mr. Pibbs?
Dr. Pepper, son. Mr. Pibb is fucking I almost said that for it.
Yo, this ain't flagrant 2, all right? I can't stand the heat. I'm not Schulte. I can't take the heat.
Yeah, this is on Disney Plus. Don't fucking screw us over here.
Fuck out of here, Mr. Pibb.
I just asked. I wasn't sure. Here's a garbage question.
Where do they even sell Mr. Pibb?
Gay places?
Deep South. I think it's
Palm
in
Springs.
Deep South.
Palm Springs, Fire Island. I've never even seen it anywhere.
Fucking Mr. Pibb.
And you better believe if I was in elementary school and I went over your house and you gave me a fucking Mr. Pibb, I was flipping the table and walking the fuck out. Get out of here with that bullshit.
I like it, but it's definitely from the most racist parts of the Deep South. If you're ever in a small town, you see somebody with a can of fucking Dr. Pibbs, get back in the car and lock them up because that's fucking about to get dicey.
Yeah, they think Dr. Pepper's pretentious.
Do you refer
No, it's not pretentious. It's the standard. Oh, they think it is. Never mind.
Do you refer to it as soda or pop?
I think soda now that I'm in New York, but in the South, you call it all Coke. You say, hey, man, get me a Coke. They say, what kind?
No way.
And then it'd be like Dr. Pepper or Sprite or whatever.
Ooh, that's
It's
real
all
trashy.
Coke.
I thought pop was bad. You ever hear somebody say pop? You're like,
Pop
get
is
the
repulsive.
fuck away
It
from
sounds
me.
so hideous coming out of someone's
Oh.
mouth.
Yeah,
Give me a
that's
pop.
Midwest shit.
That's like you never wore shoes before. Fucking get me a pop. Get the
I know.
fuck out of here.
It's like, and it's also like, how the fuck did, like, what kind of inbreeding is going on to where like soda hasn't penetrated? It's soda everywhere else in the fucking world except like 3 states in the Midwest. How has it not gone through your fucking idiot head to start calling it soda?
When I hear pop, I see like a 12-year-old in a diaper, like walking into the kitchen with no shirt on, like, gosh, some pop, please.
Soda's a little pretentious now that I think about it, like adding the whole extra syllable, but
it's better for soda?
Pop is just, I don't even know how you get fucking
Pop is trash, man.
Pop's trash.
Pop is RC. You're drinking RC cola.
Yeah.
Which ain't that bad in the pinch, not gonna lie.
Did you Foley, speaking on the mic a little bit more, but did you
Sorry, buddy.
did you guys did you ever do generic cereal, or was it proper name brand cereal?
I tried
and
to
if
do
so, what
generic
was your
cereal.
go-to cereal?
I tried to do generic cereal. I didn't have a go-to. I was a fat kid, so anything sugary I was in for. Golden
You were a
Grahams.
fat kid?
I was a fat kid.
Yeah, he's chubby.
162, 160. I was a fat kid. Big crooked chunky. I looked like a chipmunk.
Damn, I would have never seen that.
Yeah, I was a fat kid. So I loved and I still love everything sugar to this day. And my girl is in fantastic shape, but she loves every kid's cereal. So if I showed you my cereal thing right now, there's Cinnamon Toast Crunch, there's Honey Bunches of Oats within that bed, there's Lucky Charms. I made her buy Crunch Berries. I housed that whole box.
This kid's good. He's clean now, baby. That's clean living right there. That's a cabinet full of love right there.
And your mom was cool with this growing up? You were allowed to get sugar cereal?
She let me do what I wanted, and then at some point, I think she realized I would wise up and not want to be so fat. And
it's usually what happens, yeah.
But she was the one going to the store, so she would let you get that stuff at the store.
Yeah. My mom babied me a lot. She spoiled me. My dad thought I was a bitch, and he was probably right, but my mom spoiled me.
Yeah, I was the same way.
It's a tale of two cities right there. You went fucking, you went real fluff to real hard in 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
My mom, she was great. She spoiled me rotten. My dad thought I was a piece of shit. He probably
Still
wasn't
does.
wrong, and that's how I
Doesn't
ended
answer
up
my
being.
phone calls.
What about Lunchables? Were Lunchables on the menu at the
sometimes,
steakhouse?
but they weren't good. They were just trash. We tried to
never
pretend they were
fucking
good. I used to get jealous of the stupid suburb kids, the white kids with the fucking Lunchables pizza, and then I bought them like a few times to convince myself, but eventually I was like, man, this shit sucks.
Yeah, they do suck.
The
They
only
are
thing,
pretty flashy in the lunchroom, though. I'll tell you that.
yeah, because it's a thing. You know what I mean? It's the one thing by name. You know, you just like you could. It's not just like you have a generic ham sandwich, but if you got a fucking Lunchable, that's name brand right there.
Lunchable is like, how stupid are children that you think that's good? It's
I know.
crackers and bologna.
I know. The only thing that I did like in that realm was the fucking, and we've talked about this before, the handy snacks. Where like the handy snacks was the little thing of crackers with its own cheese that you would peel back with the red stick.
You had to go breadsticks. If you went cheese, if you went crackers, it was no fun. But the breadsticks
were fucking good.
That's a different.
I don't remember the breadsticks.
The breadsticks came out a little later, Foley. You were probably older. But then they even went, I don't know, whoever thought of this needs a raise. They went pretzel sticks.
Oh,
pretzel sticks in the cheese. They came out later in the day. Like I was an adult eating those, being like, "Ooh, these are fucking." I wish these came out in the fucking early '90s.
Well, they got the adult version of that, which is a Sabra pretzels and hummus.
Yes, dude. I always think of the same thing.
Which isn't bad. Which isn't bad because they're the thin pretzels. They're like almost like pretzel skins. They're not too shabby. I like that.
It's a good time. All right.
All right.
All right.
I'm getting the picture of a standard suburban childhood here.
Regular suburban kid.
Okay.
Right. What did your dad do for a living? What kind of work did he do?
He worked for a company called Texas Instruments. Then he got laid off. Then he opened vitamin stores, GNCs, which is ironic because I was fat. And then when we lost them all, then I lost weight.
Wow.
Probably from the stress of going broke. I don't know. But the point is, that's what we did. And then my mom worked there for a while, but now she's an accountant at an oil company, and my dad does taxes.
Very nice. All right.
Wow.
So I see a couple of dollar signs floating around through the years.
Yeah, up and down, but yeah. For a little while, we had money.
That was the same with us. I was like, yo, we are on top of the world. Oh, shit, they're taking the car. Oh, no.
Yo, 100%.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
I came back from college one weekend and saw a for sale sign at the house, and I was like, what? Here we
Oh
are.
shit.
Dude, I had the same fucking thing. My dad's like, I'm just seeing what we can get for it. I'm like, I think the bank's taking it, buddy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my God. By the way, if Bank of America calls, my name's Larry. All right, bro.
Yeah, Dan died a couple of weeks ago. Tell him that.
Don't call me dad in front of people with suits on. All right. Growing up.
All right,
Go ahead, Kippy, please.
did you have a Power Wheels growing up?
No, man, I wanted one like a motherfucker, but I didn't get one.
I had that's how trash.
That's
a
garbage.
Used red Jeep. It
Yeah.
was used. I had a used Power Wheel.
Son,
That was a lease.
Fuck. Couldn't tell you nothing if you had a Power Wheels.
Dude, Power Wheels were fucking hot shit.
It was a real catch-22. If you got one fresh, you were a fucking prick. Any of my friends that got one, I secretly thought, I was like, I hope he fucking gets drunk and drives it off a fucking bridge.
That's how garbage you are. You and the other 5-year-olds are drinking.
Drunk driving Power Wheels?
Hope he gets pulled over with coke in the car. And son of a bitch, he's got a Power Wheel. No, but if you got one secondhand, man, because my family, like where my generation is, them having kids, there was finally enough loot going around where somebody could get one secondhand. Ooh, you see a little blonde-headed kid riding around in like a faded pink Jeep.
I had a faded red Jeep, dude. It was fucking. Mine was like weathered. Definitely, they should have ran a Carfax on that fucking thing. It was definitely in a couple of accidents.
Missing a headlight. Fucking
No shit. Having a Power Wheels at age 5 is like having a Maybach now.
Yeah, dude. That's why I'm fucking upset at the kids now. Like, you could just get like a Jeep or like, that was really it. You could really only get the Power Wheels was just like a truck or a Jeep. Now they get like Escalades. Like my nieces and nephews have like fucking Escalades and Corvettes and shit. I'm like, yo, you fucking new money motherfuckers.
I think I've seen a Hummer. I think one of my family friends' kid has a Hummer, and it's wild to me.
Yeah,
I've seen that. Take that to the Tyson Fury fight. If I can pull up in style, one of those things, man. Clean limit. Did any of your friends growing up, or did you have a backyard that was on a slant?
I did.
Yeah.
Wait, your family or your friends?
We built a fence so that the slant would go away. Like we like built this fence like inward about 7, 8 feet, 10 feet, 12 feet, whatever it was, and then the slant was outside the fence. But we did have it was like what do you call it, like a trapezoid or whatever.
Yeah.
Straight and then dropped off a cliff.
That's pretty garbage because that's the cheapest house in the neighborhood. Your parents are looking for a good looking to shave a couple of bucks at settlement.
The driveway in our house was the steepest. Like when I had a bike or I rollerbladed, it was like a fucking amusement park going down that thing.
Yeah,
you go to your driveway is tough too.
Oh man, a steep driveway. You go to your buddy's house. Hey, you want to see the backyard? We'll play. You're out there like in Moonraker, fucking hanging on for dear life. You're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, dude, you got to throw the e-brake on in the driveway. That's no good.
That and the people in the neighborhood who live near the recession pond or whatever it is. You know what I'm talking about? We're like this. We're like,
Yeah. You live near a creek, son. You were struggling.
You're on the outskirts of town if you're by a creek.
I lived in a townhouse community for the first 4 years. We moved to the
bragging.
suburbs of Philly that had a creek running through it.
Did you play in the creek?
Oh my. I look back on times during like huge storms where like the creek would be all swelled up, the water would be rushing, and we were in that thing playing around like we were in a fucking swimming pool in the middle of July. Just like, what the fuck? You could have been swept away.
Yeah.
And God knows where the water was coming from.
You are pure trash.
Yeah, if you're swimming in temporarily bodies of water, that's fucking garbage.
Unadulterated, pure trash.
Oh, dude, catching crayfish down there.
Oh, dude. Stay away from the sewer grate. It'll suck you in, Foley.
Fucking Philadelphia crayfish. Jesus Christ.
Dude, garbage.
Dude, I'm so like, Foley's even like they're even more from the woods, like his side of the family. They're like kind of they have a twang of mountain people in them, so that's like real garbage. My family was like from poor in the city, and then got a couple of bucks, and my dad was able to get out in the suburbs. Well, he's coming from the other way. He's getting closer to civilization.
Mm-hmm. He's born in Mountaintop, PA.
Yeah, that sounds flashy.
No senators coming out of there. I'll tell you that much.
Got hit with a porcupine when I was 5 years old.
What'd you
What'd you say?
A lot of Trump signs in Mountaintop, PA.
Oh, yeah.
Little dicey.
Yeah.
Little dicey.
All right, I got
Go ahead,
one.
Kippy.
I think you're about the same age, right? You're early 30s.
I'm 36 on Monday.
Okay.
Last Monday.
At any point in your life, did you own a pager?
I did.
Oh.
Why?
Months, and I'll tell you what, if I look back on it, it really lets me know how friendless I was. No one ever fucking.
You're paging yourself? Oh, I wonder who that could be.
I wanted my mom to page me all the time, yo.
Dude. Oh man, there's nothing worse than a quiet pager. You're just sitting there. You can't play no fucking games on it. Can't play Snake on it.
That shit is a decorative piece. You look cool. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe my mom did that for me. That's how spoiled I was. She let me have a pager for like 3 months, and then she was finally like, "Nobody is ever calling you."
I know, man. I had the same thing. I had one. No one. My dad would call my friend's house, like looking for me. You know.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Fucking page me, Dad. What the fuck?" You know what I mean? Like a real piece of shit.
How old were you when you guys were rocking these?
Young teens.
13?
Yeah.
I remember calling dealers on pagers. I never had one on my own.
I was too innocent for all that. The idea that drug dealers use those, I didn't even understand why.
Sure, yeah. But Foley was also 22 paging people for fucking coke and shit. It's a little different. He wasn't 13 looking for a dime bag. He was beeping Pablo in the fucking Bronx.
We were getting into the hard stuff back then. I'm not gonna lie. What about lawn decorations?
No lawn decorations.
No lawn decorations? Swimming pool?
No swimming pool. I thought I wanted one, and now my dad not wanting one, I understand so much.
Why he doesn't want one?
He was always just like, no, it's a waste of money.
Yeah.
You got to maintain it all year. You're not going to go swimming as often as you think you are. I'm not doing that. Even when we had money, when we built a big house, the one that we ended up selling, he put that money in toward like a media room, which was great.
Oh, that's a fucking fan.
Use that all the time.
Yeah, media, dude. Anything called a media room is classy.
It was incredible.
You first saw those on MTV Cribs in the early 2000s. Like, this is the media room. You're like, what the fuck?
I don't know. You can get bamboozled at a shitty hotel when you go to their business center though, and it's just fucking like an old Dell and a fucking printer that doesn't print in color.
Yeah. No, this was a legit ass. I mean, we didn't have like the movie theater setup or whatever. We just had a couch and the TV, but it's like 138-inch with a projector. And then I just be in there watching Golden Girls with my mom like a fucking nerd.
That's pretty classy. Your mom was a fan of Golden Girls?
Oh, we both were fans of Golden Girls.
I love it.
It's good writing. It's good, quick, snappy writing. You know? As someone who's in the biz, we get it.
Yo, Sophia, beast. Rose, beast. Who's the big bitch? Beast.
Blanche.
B. Arthur was the actor that played her. B. Arthur was fucking legit.
Side note about that. I live in Washington Heights, and they opened up a Golden Girls cafe at like 190th and Broadway, and the Dominicans were like, "What the fuck is this?" And they shut down because they got 3 customers the whole time.
Yeah, there's no way they give a fuck. It's just a horrible business move.
Yeah,
downtown where it's ironic.
No, dude, they did it past the George Washington Bridge, and like where it's like people barely speak English.
Yeah,
you got to do that shit down in Miami.
I know, get it cracking.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, Miami be a good move.
Miami be nice. I'm a big Miami fan.
Mm.
All right. Do you guys ever eat off TV trays growing up?
No.
Excellent.
It's trash. All right. Did you ever own a pair of LA lights?
Ooh.
I did not. I wanted a pair, but I didn't ever get them.
I got a pair. And they were
Anybody wearing LA gear around the house?
Oh, I used to love LA gear. I'd go to Payless, get some LA gears, but the lights, I think I tried to pretend I didn't think they were cool, but low-key, I thought they were so cool.
Yeah, you want to. They were fun. They were a hot ticket item when those things dropped.
Fucking
Jordan, those things were tight.
Kippy, you got them?
Yeah, man, I got them. I wanted them so bad, and like they were like sold out. Like you couldn't get them fucking anywhere. I remember my dad went to like a couple of malls, and then we finally found a pair. I don't know. Let's say I was like a size 5. They were a size like 2. I fucking squeezed my foot in. And I'm like, oh, it fits just so I could buy them. My dad's like, I'm not wasting my fucking money on this. These clearly don't fit. But I ended up getting them at some point.
British Knights, they were hot for like a year or 2.
Yeah.
EK Knights were fucking tight. Yeah.
You guys might be too old for this, but were either one of you guys zipping around with the sneaks with wheels on them? I always thought that was trash.
Nah, the Heelys.
Right.
They came out later, but they were fucking. It's like, dude, get a pair of rollerblades. Be a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those things are weak. Akash, you ever get a haircut from your mom?
No, I honestly would have been down though. I would have been into it. Just
Really?
anything to save money, I was into as a kid.
Did you ever cut your mom's hair?
No, no, I'm not gay.
All right. What was your first car, and did it have a CD player in it?
My first car I bought from my dad. It was a 1993 Honda Civic hatchback.
Nice.
And I love it to this day. And I miss it to
that's a
this day. And
fucking
if I had
legit
unlimited
whip right
money,
there.
I would buy that exact car if I had unlimited money.
Mm-hmm.
Wifey would lose her mind, but I want the stick shift, a little SI, a little
Nice.
speed thing. Oh
Mhm.
man, I fucking loved it.
I had
Did it
the
have a
exact
CD
same
player?
car.
It did have a CD player. They got stolen twice, I think, in LA.
Yeah, CD
The
player
hatch-
back in the day was fucking nice.
Mm-hmm.
The hatchback would be considered garbage, but I loved I had 2 hatchbacks growing up, and I fucking loved them. Not a big hatchback these days.
I
Right?
almost liked it because I knew it looked goofy as a high schooler, but now I'm like, yo, I'm 36, and I'm like, there's so much utility. Like,
It's
why would I-
functional. It's very
Fucking
functional.
awesome.
It's mad functional, yeah.
Mhm. This is how garbage my step grandfather, somebody in my family.
Step grandfather, garbage.
Garbage for sure. Garbage.
Garbage. If you got
Step grandfather.
It's tough. It's tough. He froze up there.
garbage, you got to be to have a step grandfather.
I also did. I'll one up it. I have an ex stepmom. How about that? Try that one on for size.
Who he took a run at a couple years ago.
She said no. But he took a minivan and just took all the seats out of the back. So it was like an indoor,
Oh, we're partying.
and it was like an indoor, like an enclosed pickup truck.
Yeah,
And he would
you're
just,
partying
like,
at that point.
Put shit in there. I'm like, that's pretty smart. Trashy, but smart.
Have one of those indoor pools that the kids just hang out. You know what I mean? Swim
Yeah,
around.
It's perfect. All right, Foley, you got one?
Yeah, I'm curious to know. I don't have one specific, but where was the garbage place to go on a family vacation? Would you guys go on family vacations?
No, I think we're too garbage for family vacations.
So in the summer, you guys never went anywhere. Where would like the trashy Dallas families go on a shitty vacation? Not a good one.
Probably like one of the lakes in the area. There's like a Lake Ray
Ooh.
Roberts, like all these little man-made lakes. You probably just go to one of them. Lake Texoma, which is between Texas and Oklahoma, is probably one of those spots.
Man-made lakes. We have those?
Yeah.
Oh,
Texas
that's
has got
fucking
no nature.
garbage. That's
A
like
lot
a
of lakes
shitty.
are man-made. Well, it's not like they're sitting there with a hose to fill it up. It's like they divert water from a fucking river, you idiot, or build a
No,
dam.
they take a bucket and they just
Yeah.
Ernie, get the bucket. We got folks coming in for vacation.
Yeah, anytime there's like a pontoon boat on a lake is fucking trash. So if
Trash.
you're tying
Oh.
boats together to drink beers, it's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
garbage.
yeah. For
So
sure.
that was never you?
No. We also, I think that was just Indian. Like we didn't know family vacations was a thing.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think there's a large Indian population buying pontoon boats. Okay. Did you have a super soaker growing up? If so,
Hell
what
yeah.
size?
50. I only had the 50. I had a friend that had the 100, and that guy maybe he had the 25. I think I had the 25, like the regular.
The standard, John. Yeah.
Yeah, but the hundreds, boy, that shit was, you were a king.
Dude, they
Dude,
were
having
fucking
one of those,
legit.
running around the neighborhood, fucking squirting people, parents.
Oh, man, just pranking them.
Oh, it was the
Putting them up all
best.
the way.
Where it was like tight, you couldn't go any further. You know, the
yeah.
handle would get tight. It was fucking clean living. I had the backpack one I got for like a birthday.
What?
Never fucking worked.
This
man.
fucking rich kid, man.
Never
Fucking
worked.
Power Wheels and
I know,
backpacks.
I know, you had a good childhood.
Yeah, you had a good. I didn't, man. This is fucking bullshit.
Dude, it never worked. I would run around with the 50 or whatever, or the 25. The
100,
backpack never worked to this day, and it bothers me. Every time I think about it, it bothers me.
If we wanted some shit like that when I was a kid, a fucking Power Wheel or a fucking squirt gun with a backpack, you had to win double dare. That was the only way. That was the only fucking way you were getting that shit. You had to compete. Go before the fucking throne.
I'll
of
buy a
history.
SPF 100 right now. I'm
Yeah.
legit tempted to look them up online, see what
Dude,
they're
I'm
going.
sure you can probably get one, cheap.
Party.
All right. Foley, what do you got?
What do I got? Would you guys celebrate Christmas? Would you do anything like that?
We would give gifts, but that's it. And then
Would
my
you
dad
give
bought
the-
an artificial tree 1 year, and I think he used this shit for like 4 years, and there was nothing left by the 4th year. And we put up the sorriest lights you've ever seen, like one string of lights that wasn't even like, you know, when they're like kind of like nailed in beautifully to the roof. My dad just had his shit
Just dangling.
up and down like a fucking, I don't even know, man. Like one of those.
Just to try to fit in a little bit, keep the eyes off the house. I fucking
Yeah, just to tell everybody you're not Jewish. You know what I mean? Hey, keep it moving.
We're one of the good ones, guys. Don't worry.
I want you just getting confused out there.
We're Indian, not Jewish. See you later. Have a good one. That's funny, dude. You could always tell the house on the block that really didn't give a fuck. It was just like this one guy would just take a string and throw it over a tree, and they would just dangle one time. And he told everybody they were candy canes, and he made those every year. I was like, dude, that is the fucking trash.
Yeah, that was trashy. Our Christmas set it was pure trash.
Yeah,
Oh,
Christmas is a fucking dead giveaway, man. Fucking colored lights, shitty tree, fucked up ornaments.
Yeah, our whole thing was garbage.
All right. I think I got one or two more here. Were you a Sega Genesis or Super Nintendo kid growing up?
I was Sega Genesis to be different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a big fucking Sega guy.
Mhm.
But I was a Dreamcast guy.
Really?
What a Dreamcast.
What
I
was
think I
that?
traded in my Nintendo 64 and got it for like $100, but I loved it. To this
Is that
day,
the thing that was squared? It was a cube or something like
Yeah.
that?
It had the remote with the little display in it.
Yeah, it was
the
white,
first
right?
128-bit, but everybody was so excited about PlayStation 2 because it had a DVD player that nobody fucked with Dreamcast.
Nobody got, yeah. It came out, I guess, between PlayStation 1 and 2?
Yes,
Yeah.
criminally underrated.
Yeah, I never fucked with it. My one buddy had it. He would try to push it on us. He'd be like, yo, Dreamcast. Let's score. Like, dude, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Let's play some fucking PlayStation.
I'm telling you,
there
everybody was just, I remember everybody being like, PlayStation 2 has a DVD player. And that at the time was like the hot shit. Like that idea blew our minds.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, there was the Wild West for a little while with game consoles till it all evened out. I hate it when there was like too many of them. You're like, what's this? What's that?
Yeah,
I'm glad that
Dreamcast
it's-
killed Sega, period. After that, they were like, look, we'll just make games.
Yeah. Did you ever have a TV with a VCR built into it?
Nah, I actually wanted one for myself. Though. I wanted my own TV. Had
Yeah.
a VCR built in. That'd have been nice.
I remember my sister came home from college with one of those. I was like, what in the fuck? Where do you go to school? NASA? What the fuck's going on with this thing?
Are you from the future?
Yeah. I'm like, yo, put that down in the TV room, baby. Let's get it cracking. Inviting some friends over.
Dude, those things were used for one thing and one thing only: pornography. That was a fucking mobile whacking unit right there.
The original iPhone.
That's right. No shit.
Take that thing into the bathroom, turn the shower on, and get cranking.
I just
All
got
right,
two.
Foley. Yeah.
I just got two final questions here. We could just do them in order. One, did you ever have a beanbag chair?
No, man, I envied the people with the beanbag chair. And looking back, it was the stupidest fucking chair in the history of the world. It was uncomfortable. It burst open all the time. Nothing about it was fun.
It was
Yeah.
garbage all the way.
Especially as a fat kid, they're not easy to get out of.
Oh, yo.
you gotta make sure everybody leaves the room, and you're like, yeah, I'll be there in a second. You gotta really
I gotta
fucking
spin
barrel
out of
roll
it.
out of there.
Oh, man, get out of here.
Yeah, that's tough.
My final question, I'm sure it's going to be a no. But you didn't have a race car bed growing up when you were a kid, by any chance, did
I
you?
wish I had a fucking race car bed, dog. I'll get my son
That's
a
why.
race car bed.
That's why you're garbage. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
I wanted one too, so fucking bad.
I will get my son a race car bed. I promise.
Fuck yeah.
Why were they so cool? They were. I mean, but the second I saw one of them, I'm like, never in a million years will I get that.
Fucking race car. What's not
I
cool
know.
about it? You give me a king size race car bed, I'd do that right now.
I know, man. I'm sure. I don't know why some company hasn't came up with them yet. Because they came out when our generation was coming up, so like everybody would fucking have them.
Yo, that's a good point. They need
know?
that king size Tempur-Pedic race car bed.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
You know what else was really sweet as a kid? The bed was the bunk beds that like crossed. You know what I mean? There was one went one way, and then the lower one went the other way.
I didn't even know that existed.
That was clean living.
I remember shopping for bunk beds. We went bunk bed shopping because we were thinking about
You and your girlfriend?
downsizing. No, it was me, my brother, my parents, and I remember just knowing Because you see some fucking bunk beds, you're like, oh, that's fucking trash. You just knew. You're like, we're moving into a whole new level of garbage here. You get bunk beds for
I
it.
thought bunk beds were the coolest thing in the world, to the point that I convinced my friend to convince his dad if he got all A's, he could get a bunk bed. And I didn't realize you're just sleeping on a shittier bed and having fun.
A way shittier bed that's a little dangerous, to be honest.
It's the beanbag chair of beds.
It is. It's the beanbag
Really
chair
great
of
in
beds.
theory. And you see it on TV and you think it's amazing, but then you're on it and you're like, this sucks.
Yeah, especially in the summer when you're fucking 2 feet, when you're 2 inches away from the ceiling and it's fucking hot as shit up there.
Yeah. Horrendous.
Oh, my God. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Akash thing, I got to say, this kid's clean. No garbage here, baby.
I'm calling it a
class.
draw. I don't know. I can't.
What?
I mean, he's got a couple of blemishes, but I mean, you know, he's got the Cinnamon Toast Crunch on hand right now. That's an A+ move right there. So that's
That's pretty
fucking
classy. The sugar cereal collection really put some fucking
There's
points
definitely
up with the
some garbage
co-op board.
surface, but I've hit it well enough.
Yeah, he's pretty good, pretty clean.
Thank you.
I love it. Buddy, is there anything you want anybody to know out there? What you got going on or anything? I know we're in the middle of the
No, man,
quarantine.
if you want to check out my podcast, Flagrant 2, if you want to check out my YouTube page, the spelling of my name is here. You can just type that into YouTube. Same with IG, Twitter, whatever. Check it all out. I'm gay.
I love it. Buddy, thank you so much, Kippy. We got anything we got to tell him?
Yeah, just make sure you rate, review, subscribe on iTunes. Also, full videos up on YouTube. You can subscribe there. We appreciate it.
Yep. We got Are You Garbage on Instagram, at H Foley on Ice on Twitter, and at Foleygrams on Instagram for me. Again, like Kevin said, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys being with us. We'll be back next week. Akash, you are the man. We appreciate it, buddy. Thank you so much.
Guys, thank y'all.
See you, buddy.